There was an incredible Gemara in yesterday's daf. The Gemara says, Shisha Dvarim, there are 6 things, Adam Ochel Peiruseim Ba'olam Hazeh, that a person could get benefit from in this world. If you perform this mitzvah or these things, you get benefit from it in this world. But the principle, V'hakeren Kayamis the Olam Haba, the principle is reserved for the world to come, which means there are certain spiritual activities which you are able to get reward or benefit from in this world, but ultimate reward and benefit is not truly experienced or felt into the world to come. And the Gemara gives a whole list, and one of the things on that list is Iyun Tfilah, davening with kavanah. Now, davening kavanah is one of those things for which you get benefit from in this world, v'hakeren kayamis, but the principle, the true reward and repayment is in the world to come. And then the Gemara goes on and says something amazing. The Gemara says, Iyun Tfilah, davening with kavanah, is part of a larger framework, or I should say, it falls under a different umbrella. And the Gemara suggests that Iyun Tfilah, davening with kavanah, falls under the umbrella of Gemilos Chasodim. Chesed, acts of charitable kindness. And the question Rashi asks is obvious. Gemilos Chasodim, acts of charitable kindness. So I understand that's Bikur Cholim, visiting the sick, Hachnasas Archim, hospitality, Hachnasas Kala, allowing people to get married off. Those are things that are chesed. But davening with kavanah, davening with concentration, davening with intent, how is that kavanah? And listen to the words of Rashi. Rashi says, V'iyun tefillah bichlal gemilos chasodim, davening with kavanah is chesed also. Quotes the pasuk in Mishlei, Gomel nafsho ish chesed. Gemilas chesed, amazing enough, says Rashi, is not a chesed you do for someone else, but davening with kavanah is a chesed, is an act of kindness you do for yourself. See, we normally think about gemilas chesedim as acts of charitable kindness that you do for others, and that is true. That is the paradigmatic example of chesed. But there's another level of chesed, Rashi says, which is the chesedim, the acts of kindness, the acts of charity you do for yourself. And says Rashi, what's an act of kindness you do for yourself? Davening with kavanah. My friends, we often think that we daven with kavanah, with concentration and intent. And often we have a very utilitarian approach. I daven with kavanah because I need something. I daven with kavanah because, look, we all need things, and we all reach out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we want Him to grant our requests. And yes, the more genuine I am in the prayer experience, logic would dictate the better the probability that my request will be answered. But what Rashi tells us is something so much more profound. When you daven to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when you dialogue with the divine, when you create relationship, that makes you a better person, even if you don't get what you want. When you pour your heart out to the Ribono Shel Olam, when you daven with kavanah, when you concentrate on the meaning of the words, that is a transformative experience. You are not the same person after the prayer as you were for the prayer. But 1 second, I didn't get what I asked for, so that's a failed prayer. I had a whole laundry list of things I need from the Ribono Shel Olam, and good legitimate things, and I didn't get them. So how did I benefit from this experience? And Rashi says, when you daven with kavanah, you are doing chesed. You're doing an act of kindness for yourself. What kind of kindness? I'm transforming myself into a better person. Because anytime you experience a moment of meaningful dialogical connection with the divine, you become better. You become holier. You become more special. We all focus on chesed we do for the other, and that's incredibly important. But you also mistake the time to do chesed for ourselves. And davening with kavanah, davening with proper concentration, taking our time to say the words and to understand. And maybe I can't apply that to the entire davening, but at least focusing on a part of davening in which to have enhanced kavanah, enhanced concentration, a real focus on what I'm doing. Dear friends, even if you don't get what you asked for, the act of davening with kavanah is the greatest chesed, is the greatest kindness you could do for yourself. Because even if you don't get your desired request, know that you've transformed yourself into someone even greater and holier. Wishing everyone a wonderful day.